get going on this mission at the very least by 6 o'clock. So, Space News, hard stop at 6 o'clock if I don't get through everything. So, yeah. 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 Oh, man. Oh, dear. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. Probably be back in about 15 minutes, all right? Maybe 20. Maybe 20. Maybe 15, 20 minutes. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll start up Space News when I get back. We're gearing up for a good mission. I think we have all the angles figured out. If you guys think of anything, you tell me, okay? I'll be back in a little bit. And I'll be back in... How long is it? We'll be back in 10 fagizzies. All right? We'll be back in 10 fagizzies. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I just got to drink the broth here. I had soup, chicken noodle. It's quite good. I'm almost done. I swear. Oh God, the broth is still too hot and it's burning my mouth, but I also want I want food. Inspiration 4 ticket sales just went live. $2.50 a pop. Wait, ticket sales? Ticket sales for what? Oh, I just burnt my tongue. For viewing. Interesting. Viewing at the visitor center. Okay. Cool. All right, I gotta turn that on. All right, we're situated. Let's do this. All right. So we have some NASA spaceflight replay here of the Firefly launch yesterday. Yesterday, Firefly launched their Alpha rocket. It was the inaugural launch, and we got a replay of it here. Once again, this is coming from our buddies over at NASA Spaceflight. Jack Byer is the one that filmed this. Let's see what we have in order here. This footage is Mike Baylor here with back-to-back Jack Byer footage. So everything looked good until we started hearing that the call-outs weren't happening on time. The supersonic call-out was a minute late. Max Q was a minute late. Something happened between it lifting off the pad and those call-outs. When the rocket got up to a certain altitude, we don't know if it was an underperforming engine or a sticky gimbal or whatever, but the rocket call-outs started being a little bit later than what they were in the press kit, indicating that something is going on with the first stage doing what's called underperformance. Basically it's not putting out the thrust that it should be putting out. There is some sporadic flames coming from the vehicle there, which is also indicative of some kind of reaver engine failure. Reavers are the first stage motors on this thing. Oh yeah, Savvy, I'll look at it again. And then that engine failure eventually came back to bite them when the rocket did this. Here, wait a moment. It was a test, yep. Stump, yeah, this was a test. Yeah, that part is not what you want. That's, yep, nope. Yeah, there were a few CubeSats on board. Yeah, there were a few CubeSats on board right until about there, and then there's pieces of them right there, and there, and then there's a piece of the ferret. Yeah, see those? There's your CubeSats. They're not on board anymore. Yeah, that's them falling away. And then there's this part where the rocket just. They got deployed a bit early. Yeah. I don't know if that was an abort or something, Grav. I don't know if the guy says abort, but either way, yeah, it ended with a flight termination there. Yeah, it ended with a flight termination. They did blow up the rocket. I mean, that's the first and second stage are still attached. Frankly, I'm kind of amazed that the first and second stage, because right there, that's the payload fairing and all the payloads separating because aerodynamic shear load. Basically, air hitting the fairing from the side. The fairing's really only designed to have air hit it from the top. And that's how it stays structurally rigid. Because it's two halves like this, right? If you hit it from the side, it shears right off. And that's when I say that, that's the payloads and the fairing halves. You could see very clearly 1 half, 2 half, and the payload attachment fitting, and then all the payloads coming off. That's what those are right there. So this is a first and a second stage that are truly unguided. That's why they blew it up. I mean, that's pretty much mission failure right there. But that's the rocket with the first stage, interstage adapter, and the second stage with nothing on top flying. And when they figured that one out, the range guy said, no. 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 You can see the explosion. You have liquid oxygen here, and then you have kerosene that's burning up here. You can tell it's kerosene because of the really dark clouds. And you can tell liquid oxygen because it's the really light clouds here. And then eventually the flames will burn up all the oxidizer. Watch. So it didn't end good, but hey, Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut hosted the stream yesterday for Firefly. He did it on their behalf. And you know what? He brought up a very good point. The point that he brought up is that no launch company, no startup launch company, SpaceX, Rocket Lab, Astra, Firefly, no one has launched a rocket into space on their first try and made it. So the fact that this thing left the pad is a mission success for the first flight. Obviously, it's not what you want. You don't want that, but it still is that's pretty good, man. That's a pretty good data there. You got a lot of data. I'm pretty sure that they probably haven't figured out already what went wrong. It's always something dumb. It's always something stupid. Some guy not tightening down a hose enough or something like that. It's always something like that. It never fails. Some of NASA's early launches in the 60s were pretty scary. Yeah, right? Yeah, Vanguard missions in the late 50s, where they were doing stuff like that. And if you go frame by frame, you can see where the FDS packages on both stages were triggered. Yep. Kind of amazing it stayed together. Yeah, I can't believe the thing drifted up in the air passing and it survived. Well, Tintin managed on its first try. Yeah. Alright, so you guys are... Scott was saying 15 seconds in. Let me take a look. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Watch the flames, particularly on the right side here. Yep. Yeah, engine failure. Or it could be failure, it could be underperformance. Something... See that puff? See that? Yeah. When the rocket's down here, when it's close to the ground, the flames should be one crisp... It should be a really crisp, like plume. The plume should be very nice, very uniform, very straight. Yeah, that's not what that is at all. Yeah, see this right here? Yeah, that's an engine failure. We didn't see this yesterday, but then again, we didn't have a camera like this yesterday. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, see the engine sputtering. You can see it going. It's literally what it's doing. So now the thing is working on 3 engines right there. Here, let's just watch. Let me just watch. Let's see if we can see it slow down. Running a little engine rich, yeah. Let's take a look. See right there? That's what you want it to look like. See how it's nice? It's a nice crisp shape. No, not very many interruptions. There's still gonna be a little bit because it down here where it gets you start to get turbulent down there. That's why it's like. But right around here, it should be nice and uniform. See, that looks good there. And see that? It's very quick, very fast. Happens real quick. This, yeah, that's no good. Yeah, the engine decided it didn't want to engine anymore. Oh snap. The Reaver engine's one-axis gimbal was a surprising fact. It's like Soyuz's vernier thrusters. Yeah. Smart. Keeps it simple. The whole plume kind of goes this way. Yep. Ooh. Yeah, look at it slow down. You can physically see the TWR change. Look at the ascent rate right there. And then watch. Oh, look at how slow it's going. Yep. You never knew Gemini MOL was a thing, Elfish? Oh, yeah. From a pad that's not far from this one. Yep. Oh, yeah. So either way, it was still a pretty good flight. I'm sure, I'll be honest with you. I'll bet you Firefly already knows why it did that. I'll bet you they knew right when it happened why it did that. And they're probably making the changes to the next one. Now, in the meantime, the FAA has said they are conducting a routine investigation. It's standard procedure for all mishap investigations. They want to make sure that an anomaly was experienced in flight, resulting in a loss of the Alpha vehicle. At this time, there have been no reported injuries or damage to public property. The FAA is aware of the reports regarding possible debris from the mishap and is working with Firefly to determine debris location and type. Basically, the FAA said, we don't launch anything else. We got to figure out where this debris ended up, if it could happen again, etc., etc. It's routine, but they did call into it. They did call and said, not call into it. What is it, a radio show? They did comment on it and said that we got to figure out what went wrong, and that's basically what I'll bet you Firefly already knows. But either way, pretty good for a first attempt. Another thing that was brought up is that Firefly was very straightforward. They had their comm loops open the entire time, which is pretty cool. That takes balls. It takes balls to do that. Yeah. Guy called an abort. I don't know if that guy says abort. I don't know. Commendable that it got as far as it did. Yep. And then after the failure, they terminated the feed. Yeah. Yep. I know it was kind of a weird inclination they were aiming for. Well, was it flying over land or water? No. Close to the shore. It was flying due southeast. Southeast. 137 degree inclined. So, actually, no. That's southwest. No, wasn't flying towards any land. Nope. Yeah, you can clearly hear it in the video EJ just watched. Yeah, that's some guy at the press site saying abort. It sounded like somebody said abort. Now, okay, all right. If we go back and watch Firefly's footage, at T-minus 5 seconds, it sounds like someone says abort. Two things here, okay? So, there's two ways you can look at that. You can look at that guy say either hearing, oh, he said abort, or he said something else. Now, if the guy did say abort, that guy is not doing his job correctly. You should have listened to the launch director that said if there is an abort, you yell hold into the mic 3 times. They always go through those procedures. They did that at 20 minutes. They did it 15 minutes before, or 20 minutes before that. They said if you see something, call hold on the countdown net, and that's it. If you see something, right? So if that guy did see an abort, he didn't say it loud enough on the comm. You don't just go, abort, I think. No. If you see something you don't like, you call hold, and you hit the no-go button. And then they shut everything off. However, that's not what happened. Or you could think he didn't say abort, in which case the guy was saying, oh, pre-burner ignition or something else. But, yeah, so if that guy was trying to abort the rocket on the flight loop, he didn't do it right. You didn't follow the proper procedure, and that's why you lost the rocket. But I don't think he said abort. I really don't. It doesn't sound like he said it. But I could be wrong. Yeah, they said it 30 seconds prior that if you see something, say abort, abort, abort. But he didn't see it, so there was debris falling down in neighborhoods. Well, windage can take that thing in different directions. 2 new tweets. Hey. Well, that's pretty neat. What just happened? Firefly went to launch their rocket for the first time, and it started underperforming Lego, and then it did this. Cam, are those the links from yesterday? I didn't get to them yesterday. I need the links from yesterday as well, if they are. Yeah, it's fine. It's their first flight. That was their first attempt. So, yeah. So it sounded like someone said abort at like T-minus 5 seconds right before they let the rocket go. But if he wasn't following procedure, that's for sure. So, yeah. Firefly will be back. They'll go again, and it'll be awesome when they do. Just like everybody else, it's gonna take some time to get this right. Hey, Easy Skin Sedglefi? How do you say it? I'm just easy. Can I just say easy? Is that all right? Welcome to Mission Control. You're going throttle up. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Have you seen this? Yeah, if it's Inspiration 4 related, most likely, yes. Alright. Let me move the rest of those there. So we got the Firefly stuff out of the way. FAA is investigating. There's an Inspiration 4 picture. Cool. Next crew flight out of KSC. Let me transfer all the Roscosmos footage here. Let's see. This basically happened with Firefly. What's that? Do a flip. Jeez. Okay. So, I think I got everything else here. What's Blue Origin saying about it? Official statement of her first test flight. Blue Origin replied, impressive first step and a lot accomplished. Keep going. And then they also replied to Astra saying, step by step, you got this. All right. Huh. That was like just a second ago as well. Neat. All right. Good. Dare I click on this and see the dumpster fire that's... Oh, okay. Yep. Yep, we'll just go on to the next bit of news, which isn't really news, but here.
Morning. Well, oh.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what that means. It says C132, which refers to the parallel dimensions that are in Rick and Morty. That is the thing. That is the thing that happens. All right. I told you it'd be the best thing you see today. Well, Rick and Morty is based off of Doc Brown and Marty. Yeah, that Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland said it's like a R-rated version of Back to the Future. That's kind of what Rick and Morty's supposed to be. I'm amazed that actor is still alive. That's Christopher Lloyd, man. Thank God he still has his hair. C-132 is the live-action universe. Yes, yes, yes. Oh boy, what's that, Phil? Yeah, firefly debris. Yeah, those bits of carbon fiber. Uh-oh. That's no good. Anyway. The actor? Who's next? Jerry Lewis? Alright, so check this out. Here's an Inspiration 4 picture. Inspiration 4 is the first fully privately funded mission to space. That's the crew of Inspiration 4, and they have their Dragon capsule behind them. The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Doc Brown was right. Stainless steel is the future. What are they gonna do up there? It's a tourist mission. Besides them, they're going to enjoy the view. This Dragon capsule actually has a cupola installed in the top, like the ISS almost. Take a look. See? That's the top of the Dragon capsule. Jared's like, yeah, this is pretty neat. I enjoy this. Yeah, it's Haley, Cyan, and Chris. There you go. How'd they test that cupola? With science. Probably in a vacuum chamber, if I had to guess. Yeah, this Dragon doesn't have a docking port at the top. It has a bubble. Yeah, it has a bubble, and that's what the nose cone is covering. And their Dragon capsule is right there. See? The bubble is in there. So, yeah, that's launching in about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Yeah, it's fully privately funded. Jared Isaacman, the tall guy in the center there, is the one that funded this mission. Jared Isaacman is the founder of Shift 4 Payments. Shift 4 Payments is basically an electronic transaction service. Shift 4, like if you've ever gone to the grocery store, you know the machine that they have you put your card into, right? Yeah, the tech for that. Yeah, that's what Shift 4 does. So yeah, Jared has a lot of money. Yep, he has a lot of money, and in his spare time, he uses that money to buy and purchase fighter jets and fly into space. Be like Jared. Yep. Yeah, be like Jared. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty rad. Yeah, no, seriously. The guy owns like a squadron of fighter jets. Yeah, be like Jared Isaacman, not anybody else. Yeah, they freaking own a bunch of fighter jets. Yeah, there's a picture of Haley in front of him. Which Dragon capsule is going on this flight? I am not 100% sure on that one. Thomas, which one is it? The Dragon being used for Inspiration 4 is Resilience, which flew Crew 1. Oh, cool. Are you friends with Air Force Proud? No, Easy, I'm not, but I know him. I know of him. He doesn't know who I am, I don't think. I mean, maybe. Air Force Proud's cool. Yeah. Funny channel. Can't you talk about technical documents instead? Can't you talk about technical documents instead? What technical documents do you want to talk about? You just linked me to NTRS. Dude, I've been rating Alan. I've been rating NTRS to learn things for years, dude. Like I go in there and all the information that I know about the X-33 is rated right directly from NASA's technical resources. Yeah, I kind of do that a lot. Why do you ask? What do you want me to talk about? You want me to speak nerd? I can speak nerd if you want. It's gonna be a short duration flight up there, easy. Yeah, short one. No, I'm just wondering, like, Alan, is there a particular subject you want to talk about, or talk to me, Goose? 3 days up there, Evan? Yeah, okay, I got you. Jared need to spot a mission control? Yeah, maybe. Has he got a Harrier? I don't know, Lego. Maybe. So start a payment processing company and play with rockets. That sounds familiar. Yeah, Aranor. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Do you have enough hours in Kerbal to speak nerd? No. I have enough hours rating NASA's technical resource folders and the NTRS database. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta wonder what on earth you had to do that you needed to pass your seed into space to a friend. Yeah, that's right. Jared Isaacman is also the co-founder of Draken International, and they have the big fleet as well. Yeah, those are the fighter jets that he buys. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Are you alive? You sure? I didn't hear what she said. Excuse me for a moment, please. Negative, I am a meat popsicle. I'll be right back. 1 second. Just please hold. Brimo dropped some frozen steak on the ground because we ran out of space in the freezer. Not a bad problem to have. She is fine, I assure you. Anyway, unmanned aircraft traffic management system. So what do you want me to see here? Well, how's the steak? It's frozen. So what is this? Unmanned aircraft system traffic management concepts of operations. Oh, geez. Alan, it's 80 pages. Okay, so... If this is a scenario where you just want me to see this and read about it, I'll usually do it. Usually I link PDFs that people want to talk about, and I go off stream and I read them. Like a lot. I read a lot of those. So how the USA will have autonomous aircraft flying all over the sky soon. That's cool. That's cool. An 80-page PDF I'm not going to blaze through on stream. I don't want to James May everybody here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bore everybody to death. I'll read that off stream if you want. Cool. Give me some homework. Good. That's neat, Alan. It is a concept of operations, though. That's important to understand. Houston! With the raid. Yeah, Alan, I'm very familiar with NTRS. We raid that all the time. Look, I'm not just some guy that's just going to sit here and be like, oh my god, I love space. Space is so cool. No. If I'm going to sit here and teach it, I'm going to be freaking good at it. Like, that's very important to me. I'm going to be damn good at it. I have all the books that I need here. NASA's systems engineering. This is on NTRS 2. And then I have aerodynamic concepts here. I read, and I study, and I learn. And it makes me better at streaming. Been doing this for almost a decade. You know? Hey, Houston, thank you for the raid. Last. All right. SpaceX is hiring. Yep, I already have that up. Limtrod, what was your last? I might have seen Jared fly at an air show back in 2012 with the Black Diamond Jet team. Cool. Yeah, I like reading all this stuff, man. This is fun. This is fun for me. I enjoy it. I have 2 NASA shirts. Well, I also wear the hat. I have a hat that says NASA on it. Of course, I'm an expert now. Duh. You just roasted half of the space YouTube platform, my man. Don't you think if you're going to talk about it, that you should know more than just being a fan, Alex? It's not a knock against them. It's not about them. It's about me. We're talking about me, remember? It's not about them. It's like that meme from Mad Men. You know the I feel bad for you. I don't think about you at all. That's illegal. Knowing what you're talking about isn't allowed. Right. Get with the program. Yeah, the roll program. No? Alright. The NASA ad it adds at least 2,000 brain cells. It adds at least 3 folds to your brain. Hey, slap hands! I'm no expert, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn. I have never stayed at a Holiday Inn, I don't think. Anyway, Alan, if you want to come back tomorrow, I'll read this article. I'll read the whole thing. 80 pages, I'll crunch through that in an hour, no problem. Probably less. New video of relativity's pad at the Cape. Well, all right, let's take a look. That's awfully loud, don't you think? No need to blow my ears out, relativity. Jeez. Careful that your Dunning-Kruger doesn't show while wearing the hat. Yeah. That's right. Dear. Look at us picking up all the dirt. Look at our gantry crane. Here's some pipes. Look at this guy doing hard work working on our pad. Stick welding the pipes. Getting the job done. Look at this flame trench. American flag. Look into the skies. Relativity. Actually, Test stand, huh? Yeah. That's a... So, yeah, it's a test stand. The pad is also a test stand. You could do full duration burns on this thing. If streaming doesn't work out for you, you could have a featured freestyle lyrics. Oh, thank you. Is this company really that relevant? I'll show myself out. Oh. So, okay, fellas, this type of flame diverter is used if you're doing full duration burns. What does that mean? Basically, the rocket flames are diverted by all these pipes being next to each other, right? And they flow water through the pipes while the rocket flames are going, and then it comes out the pipes on the side and shoots into the flames out here through this plenum right there. Well, this U-shaped plenum. They're basically cooling the flame bucket and then spraying the water on to suppress the sound. This is kind of synonymous with a test stand. This is a stand that you can do full duration burns on. Not every launch pad can withstand a first stage firing on it for like 8 minutes. Or, well, not 8 minutes. It would be like 2 minutes, right? Not every pad can do that. It'll melt it. If you want to do full duration burns, you're going to need to find a way to cool the flame trench, like on the B2 test stand, for instance. When we watched the SLS Green Run, you see how much water they sprayed into that bucket to keep it cool? Like Stennis, exactly. So it looks like Relativity's pad for their Terran rocket is also a test stand. They can do testing on it as well. So they could do full duration burns. The test stand and the pad are the same thing. Relativity, of course, is working on rockets that have like 90% of their components 3D printed. The reason why they're doing that is because they're looking to, down the road, work on ways to optimize on-orbit manufacturing via 3D printing. This is an old Titan pad. Yep, this is Complex 16. 16, 18, 19, and 20 are Titan II launch pads. NASA's stand looks so cool. Yep. Well, that's one of many. There's a ton of test stands out at Stennis in Mississippi. There's like 30 of them. And Marshall as well. I didn't know they flow water through the diverter before spraying. It keeps the flame trench cool. Keeps the flame trench from melting. Yep. And see, then it goes through this pipe right here and it's sprayed into the flames. Yep. Regenerative cooling like rocket nozzles, but a larger scale. That's right. So yeah, you'd see a flame trench like this, guys, if you're going to be on a pad that you can also test on. Straight up. This is a shot from inside of their HIF, the horizontal integration facility. They're going to use these two 20-ton cranes to put the Terran rocket on the transporter, I think. Actually, I got to look at the pad again. Let me take a look. It might not be a transporter. It might just be an erector. Kind of like Rocket Lab almost. I have to look again. Yeah, it makes sense. I just had no idea. Oh, yeah. Yep, see? Yep. That's how you do that. SpaceX has a test stand that looks like this. They just don't show anybody pictures of it. EJ, why don't you buy a 3D printer and try to print 3D rocket engines and make content explaining how they work? Yeah, I've done that already. My 3D printer is on the fritz right now. It's been on the fritz for a while because I work so much. I work 60, 70 hours a week, man. And I'm also kind of neck deep in another project right now that I'll tell you guys about next week. That project that I keep alluding to is kind of taking up a lot of my time right now. But, yeah. Yeah. That's not an excuse, though. Like, I don't have time. Yeah, no, I should probably fix it. I printed a Raptor engine once. It's just that it fell off my desk and it's broken. So, I do have the 3D printer, and yeah, I should probably do that. I should probably get that done. Let me put my technical book away. I just bought a resin 3D printer. If you want anything printed, please let me know. I'm itching to print stuff. Print me a Raptor engine. That was quick. Yeah, Sawyer, we're tying up all the loose ends, trying to make sure it goes as smooth as possible. I'm excited to know what the secret project is. I think you guys will like it. I mean, some of you probably won't, but it's alright. So this is an old Titan launch pad. Yeah. And it looks like they shifted the flame trench. Yeah. Titan's flame trench used to go this way. It used to go east-west. Relativity's flame trench goes north. It used to be a double flame diverter on this pad. Let's see if we can find an old picture of LC16. Yep, there it is. No, maybe not. Maybe their flame diverter went north-south. I don't know. Moving to Facebook streaming? Why the hell would I do that? There's a nice picture of a cartridge right there. I gotta sneeze, by the way. Turbo. Yeah, no, the Titan flame trench did go that way. Interesting. Let's go back over here. Take a look. So they removed the Titan flame bucket, and where the Titan flame bucket was and the fixed service structure, you can see the old mount for the FSS right there. It looks like they put in the hydraulics for their strong back here. I'm not sure if that thing is supposed to move, though. I don't know if it works like SpaceX. Let me go back a little ways. I want to see if we... Yep, see, right there. There's the old Titan fixed service structure. The mount is still there for it, which is pretty neat. This pad hasn't been used in a long time, dudes. Long time. I'm wondering if they're going to move the rocket up on the gantry cranes and drop it on here, because I don't see any type of system to move this erector. The erector is basically a cradle for the rocket, and it's a cradle that holds the thing when they turn it upright. Think of it like a cast for it. Like you cast like if you break your arm or something. It's a cast because you don't want the rocket shaking around, just like you don't want your bones moving around, right? So they'll roll the rocket onto the erector. They'll fasten it to the erector, and the erector will turn it upright and drop it onto the pad. Well, not drop it, but it'll put it onto the pad. Yeah, I don't see any rails or anything here, which is interesting. Over here, you have, so it looks like the water system is over here, but the plumbing isn't fully hooked up. LOX tanks over there, and then there's a huge divider right here, and then these are RP1 tanks, I think. I can't read what's on the side, but yeah, these are great pictures, though. It's cool. It's cool to see these launch pads get back into action. That's really neat. Alex, I can't tell if they're detachable or not. What are they going to launch on this? Relativity is launching... They have 2 rockets in the pipe right now. The first one is the Terran rocket, Terran 1. It'll look like this. It's actually just a little bit, it's a little bit bigger than the Firefly rocket that you saw launch yesterday. Just a little bit bigger. Maybe like 2/3 the size of a Falcon 9. It's not a bad rocket. Like if you look, there's a picture of a Fiat 500 inside of the fairing. It's a pretty good rocket. It can move about 12, what does that say? 1.2 tons to low Earth orbit, 900 to sun synchronous, 700 to a 1200 sun synchronous. Okay, yeah, that's still a light duty lifter, but still good. Once again, in competition with Relativity, ESA's Vega rocket, and a couple of other ones. That's what's going to launch off that, and then Relativity's their second rocket that they have planned is this one. It's called Terran R. This is a Falcon 9 sized rocket, so it's a medium to heavy duty rocket. 20 tons to low Earth orbit, fully reusable, 3D printed launch vehicle, which is okay. You can see the flame bucket. Yep, yeah, check it out. SpaceX has a very similar flame diverter on their test stand, see? Yep, there it is. Same exact thing. This is where they test Falcon 9 stages. Cool. Yeah. Relativity is looking to 3D print everything. Like, they're going to 3D print as much as they possibly can. And there's a picture of what it'll look like on the pad right there. You guys got to see how this stuff is printed, man. From raw material to flight in 60 days. That's insane. That's unheard of in the industry, to be honest with you. And if you think, yeah, 3D print rockets, okay, how serious are they about that? Well, they bought a 1 million square foot factory in Long Beach. This is the old C-17 plant. It's the McDonnell Douglas and later Boeing C-17 factory at Long Beach Airport. You don't go and buy $1 million factory without anticipating scaling up. This factory is huge. It was used to make the entire C-17 fleet that the Air Force uses. It's this thing right here. Or is it that one? It's this one right here. See that? Building 4654? That's a big factory, man. It's this entire plot of land, which is pretty, that's big. That's where every single C-17 was manufactured, right there. Yeah, and McDonnell Douglas's aircraft plant was over here at one point. I don't know what those buildings are now. It's a Mercedes dealership or something. Is Brimo tweeting from your Twitter again? No. Maybe. Yes. I gave her control of my Twitter account. Let's, we'll see if that one comes back to bite me. We'll see how that pans out. hopefully that, that ends right. This guy is digging out irrigation right there. That's what he's doing. You know how I know? He's digging next to a fire hydrant. Yeah. Plumbing. Is Brimo now my social media manager? Sure. Let's see. Do we ever see the ground? No, no. These are water pipes right here for the sound suppressor. They're gonna need to flow a lot of water, dude. And these guys are all the metal workers. Those are electricians right there. These are conduits. Conduits are pipes with wires in them. You have a pipe with a wire that's going outside. You put it inside of the conduit. That guy's stick welding up a water pipe right there. This is a water pipe. Note that they have the tent to protect the welds from the salty air. Turns out when you arc weld steel like that, you can get saltwater corrosion inside of the weld if you don't shield the weld and back purge it. I wonder if they did back purge it. Do we see any argon lines here or anything? Nope, no back purging. What? I've been writing to Brimo on Twitter? I check the Twitter every day, Chief. So, yes, you have. Deal with it. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I've noticed that they also have 2 more launch plates right there. Press to ATO. DIA, thank you for the host. Look at that, chat. They have 2 more launch flanges out there. That's this piece that this thing would attach to. See it right there? My mouse cursor's over it. There's 2 of them right there. See them over there? It's the same piece. I wonder what those are for. He's a better one to talk to anyway. You're not wrong. So this is GN2 over here. Liquid oxygen over there. Those could be water tanks if they had a gas purge sound suppressor, but I'm not sure if they did. But that pipe that those dudes were working on is right there. That's definitely a water pipe. It's too big to be a fuel line. Fuel lines are smaller. You ideally want to have your fuel lines be smaller. The other thing is that the fuel lines have these expansion joints in them. See the U's that are in the pipes? Those are dead giveaway for propellants. Especially propellants that are going to change temperature like liquid oxygen. I don't know why that one is over there though, but that's another story. That looks like a water tank, but I could be wrong. Either way, good to see a freaking these pads coming back to life. That's really cool. Now somebody get in there and fix the grass, man. The grass looks ridiculous. Nah, man, that shield is to keep the dumb folk from staring into the ark and burning their eyes. Safety squints, farm. Safety squints. Cool. Yeah, man. This launch pad is old. When was LC-16 made? That's the job application. LC-16 first launched December 12, 1959. Last launch March 21st, 1988. LC-16 in Florida is a launch complex built for use by the LGM-25 Titan missile and later used for NASA operations before being transferred back to the U.S. military and used for test of the MGM-31 Pershing missile. 6 Titan I missiles were launched from the complex between December of 59 and May of 1960. These were followed by several Titan II missiles, starting with the types made in flight on March 16, 1962. The last Titan II to fly from LC-16 was conducted on May 29, 1963. Following the end of its involvement with the Titan missile, LC-16 was transferred to NASA, which it used for Gemini crew processing and static fires of the Apollo service module's propulsion engine. Following its return to the U.S. Air Force in 1972, it was converted for use to the Pershing missile, which made its first flight in May 7, 1974. 79 Pershing 1s and Pershing 2. Oh, yeah, look at that thing. Missiles were launched from LC-16. The last Pershing launch from the facility was conducted on March 21st, 1988. It was deactivated the next day and subsequently decommissioned under the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. And then Relativity scored it in January 17, 2019, and it entered a 5-year agreement to use LC-16 for its Terran 1 orbital launch vehicle and eventually its Terran R. What's the source on that? Mikey? The agreement includes an operation to extend for an exclusive 20-year term. We have a very clear path towards having this be exclusive use site for us in the future. Relativity's Terran rocket is mid-priced at the $10 million price point. The rocket market is typically divided between light vehicles, heavy vehicles, and super heavy vehicles. The mid-sized Terran will be 95% 3D printed with 1,000 less individual parts. We already know this. Where's the part about Terran R? Hey, Red Panda, thanks for the raid here. I don't know what this means, but someone on Twitter asked, can we get an explanation of the reports of the Big 12 expansion? Big 12 expansion? Isn't that sports? The company's second launch vehicle, succeeding the Terran 1 rocket to debut later this year, will have more payload capacity than the partially reusable Falcon 9 and is the only second fully reused commercial vehicle to be revealed after Starship. What differences from Terran R's predecessor size and reusability? Where's the part where he talks about the launch complex? Both Terran launch vehicles are fueled by liquid methane and liquid oxygen. Oh, fully cryogenic. That explains the bends in the pipes on both sides of the launch pad. Yeah, one of these is going to have methane. The other one is liquid oxygen. See the bends in the pipes? 2 cryogenic propellants on either side. Okay. Terran R is scheduled to debut in 2024. The vehicle will utilize the same launch pad as Terran 1, debuting later this year at LC-16. Later this year. When was this written? Thomas wrote this. Okay, all right. Relativity Space has announced that its first customer launch contract for Terran R has been signed. Wow. How does Tim Ellis do this? What are you, a wizard? Huh. 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 Fuel farm layout. Oh. Thanks, Thomas. So that's locks over there. That's the LNG tank. And it is a gas purge. No, it can't be a gas purge. It's got a water tank and pump house. Hold on. Those are the water tanks. All right, cool. I was right. Kind of. I said those could be RP1 or water tanks. I don't know. That's the methane tank over there. Interesting. Interesting. That's the LOX tank over there. GN2, nitrogen is right there. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Yep, gas pumping and storage area. Center point. There's the lightning towers right there. Flare stack and gravel area. Interesting. The first step on that journey, Terran 1, is still on schedule to debut in 2021 with more than 85% of the first vehicle now 3D printed. I hope they give us an update about that. That's cool. Man, that thing's going to be insane. So, what I'm looking for and why I'm curious about this, guys, is we have a nice, really open shot of their pad. If relativity, and I'm not saying that they aren't, it's just some kind of deductive reasoning, I guess. If relativity is looking to transition to Terran R and they already have contracts signed, they're going to debut Terran 1 a little bit later this year. I want to look around for some Terran R, the reusable one. I want to look around for some of the, for some indicators here. So, first indicator I'm going to look for, and a very, very telltale sign of being able to see what a rocket, what a launch pad, how big of a rocket it can take, is the flame trench. Let's go over here. Let's go over here, and let's go relativity space, and let's find the Terran R. Let's just go to Relativity's website. Alright, what's the diameter on this thing? Mark my words, by 2025, the only launch complexes at Cape Canaveral to not be in use will be slated for future use. 14, 19, and 34. Yeah, you're not wrong, dude. Thomas, do we know the core diameter of this? Isn't it 3.7? What's the diameter of Terran 1? Hold on. Oh, for Pete's sake. Damn A. Isn't it 5 meter? I don't know. Payload, second stage, grid fins, first stage. Hang on. Let's do some exploring here. 216 feet tall, 16 feet diameter. Okay. Yep. Before you say, I don't know what this means, I got you. Just chill. All right, just chill. So 16 divided by 3.3. I know, some basic math. 4.8 meters. And then 65.4 meters tall. Okay. Now, what's Terran 1? Terran 1 is 2.3 meters, Twitch? Alright, cool. I believe you. So it's 2.3. 2.3 is 4.6. Is that flame trench big enough? Well, you have your hold down points, and you have your rocket bucket right there. The launch table. That you know that diamond needs to be able to fit a circle with a 2.3 meter radius or 2.3 meter diameter inside, right? So, is the flame trench big enough? No, not big enough. Devious, you're saying it's 3 meters. If that's 3 meters, then yeah, that flame trench might be big enough. Hey, Red Munchkin, thank you for the raid. VR Simulators had a raid in there. Red Panda had a raid. Red, how are you doing? Were you, what were you up to? And Red Panda and Red Munchkin, what were the Reds up to? You tell me. That's what the wiki says? Alright. The wiki. So 3 meters. So that means that right there is a 3 meter. You can have a 3 meter diameter in it. In which case, that means that the flame diverter is about 6 meters across, which, so the flame trench is big enough. It's big enough for a bigger rocket. Interesting. Yep, that's right. The basket is about 6 wide. Don't know if you've seen these pics. Oh, yeah, Novus, I'll check them out. All good, thanks. Taking my first look at Stardew. How's things with you? Everything is good here. So right now, from all the different raiders, what I'm looking at here is, this is Launch Complex 16. Relativity Space is the one that owns this. They've said repeatedly that they're going to launch this thing, their fully reusable Terran R rocket and their Terran 1 rocket off of this pad. That thing. I don't know where they're going to land it, but okay. See that right there? This thing is 16 feet diameter, so that's 4.8 meters. Terran 1 is 3 meters, and we're looking at the pad here, and I'm looking for future proofing. Did they make the flame trench big enough for a bigger rocket? The answer here is yes, pretty much. That bucket, that flame bucket is about 12 to 15 feet across. That's big enough for the Terran R. It's big enough for Terran R, which is... Have you heard the song Big Enough? No, probably not. Yeah, Alex, breaking news. I'll get to it when I'm done here. Thank you. I don't do, oh, breaking news. No, we'll get to it when we're done. I don't care about reporting the news first. That doesn't matter to me. No need for apologies. Yep, see? So that flame trench could be big enough. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that we see around here that could support a larger launch vehicle? Maybe those extra reaction frames over there are for a bigger launch vehicle. Who knows? It looks like they have the fueling infrastructure for a bigger launch vehicle as well, and the water infrastructure for a full duration burn here. I'm not sure if that methane tank is going to be big enough for Terran R, though. But it looks like they are planning scalability down the road. Either that or they're just going to build another launch pad over here. What are the pipes in the trench made of? Steel? Just steel. Are they running fluid through the pipes in the flame trench? Yep. Long duration burns, Novus, like the sound suppressor on the B2 stand. The B2 stand has a steel flame bucket that they spray water onto for film cooling. This is kind of the same thing. They run water through the bucket, like regeneratively cooling an engine, like on the shuttle motors with the milled channels. Well, they're not milled on the shuttle, but you get the idea. Yeah, that tells me that Relativity is going to do their static fires on that pad because of that flame diverter. So, pretty interesting stuff. Anyway, that's cool. Cool update video there. Let me check out these pictures, Novus, of the Orion capsule here. NASA posted some pictures of the Orion capsule in the Launch Escape System installation facility, where they're putting the LES on the thing. You know, the thing. Here, take a look. They're putting the protective covers, these things down here. There's 4 of them. They're putting those things on there. Which will aerodynamically shield Orion. And if the launch escape system fires, they'll detach down here and they'll take the capsule with it. They have 3 out of 4. Almost done. There's the 4th panel over there with its insulation, with the insulation on it. There's an Orion capsule inside of this thing. Oh. Yep, there it is. See? There's the capsule. There's the windows. This capsule will be launched on the Artemis 1 mission, and yeah, that one's going out to the moon. Get how it's working. It's like a liquid-cooled PC. Just the rocket engine is the heat source instead of the processor. Interesting way to do it. SpaceX does that too with their flame trench. NASA posted some pictures of Vulcan on the pad. Ooh. Cool. Awesome. Good progress. This is the Oh. Oh, yeah. Wormy boy. I like that logo. I like that. I really appreciate what you're showing me right now. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's okay, guys. It's okay. You know, we're seeing progress pictures almost on the daily from SLS, but it's behind schedule because somebody told me to. So I'm going to use that as an excuse to say that it's also over budget and behind schedule. Because I think it's behind schedule because I talked to a guy once. No, I'm not going to go a day without bringing that up. What are you, crazy? Alright. I ain't going to go a day without bringing that up. Alright, so Alex, what's this news here? Is that the escape mechanism? Yep. Space censorship. Seems that spaceflight fans, a website tracking and listing Chinese launch and other information, has been asked to stop posting and delete historical info by the relevant departments and elsewhere. And elsewhere, Chinese launch threads have disappeared from a Space Watcher forum. Well, I'd hope for better, but I'm also not surprised at the same time either. Is this the time where you tell us they do things differently there? What, like suppress freedom of speech? Yeah, that's something that in fact we do differently than them. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they do things differently. Yeah, to say the least. You know, freedom of speech, you don't need that, right? It works well for them, it seems. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, works real good. How do you know? Let's get on to the next news, huh? Let's see what's going on over with Russia here. I'm going to save that for the end. Save that for there, that there, the NTRS documents. Okay, cool. They say it works great. Right. All right. So, let's see what we got here today. There was an interview with the head of Roscosmos, Dmitry Rogozin, to one of the world's lead... Oh, no, 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 no. Why are you talking to CNN? Don't... Ah, jeez. Watch it on the resources of Roscosmos. Okay. It was pretty decent. Add this to the queue. Okay. Where's your worm logo email? Unless you're actually Meatball Gang. Oh, jeez. Not just CNN, CNN Business. Oh. Okay.
This is a family where a divorce within a station is not possible.
So was it human error?
It was. I will tell you this.
Why are we pretending that Dmitry Rogozin doesn't know English? Nice proton rocket.
For this to happen, we request dignified conditions from NASA.
Where can we get this interview? Can we find a place for it? Do we have it? More comfortable in native language? All right. Let's see. All right, let's see. I'm trying to figure out. It's not. They haven't posted it on the YouTubes yet, so let's see.
Leaders of space agencies from around the world converging in Colorado Springs, but not Dmitry Rogozin. The notorious head of Russia's space agency, Roscosmos, can't visit the United States because he's still under sanctions for his role as Deputy Prime Minister of Defense during Moscow's 2014 annexation of Crimea. But despite these terrestrial troubles and his close ties to the Kremlin, Rogozin runs NASA's #1 partner on the International Space Station. It's a relationship that's being tested politically and in orbit.
Right now we're in a little bit of a tug of war between thrusters firing.
Last month, Russia's newly docked Nauka module accidentally fired its thrusters, spinning the space station out of control.
I must say that yes, we did have a problem.
In his first interview with Western media as Roscosmos' Director General, Rogozin blames the incident on a new generation of operators.
For 21 years, we have not done anything like this. An older generation, who knew how to dock a complex structure like this, has retired.
So was it human error?
It was. I will tell you this, the equipment does not break down on its own.
The incidents raised questions about Roscosmos' reliability. But now that the new Russian module is there and working,
Questions
it
with
has
who?
answered another question. Rogozin says Nauka's arrival guarantees that Russia will not prematurely pull out of the program.
This is a family where a divorce within a station is not possible.
But divorce certainly seemed possible in June, when Rogozin made headlines for threatening to withdraw from the station unless the U.S. sanctions on Russia's space sector and Rogozin himself were lifted. But Rogozin now denies ever making those threats in front of the Russian parliament.
I think there's a problem in interpretation. I most likely did not say that.
Yes, I read the headlines.
Jimmy!
Former NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine hoped they weren't true.
In my view, the International Space Station is a tool of diplomacy for the country. And it gives people hope that countries that do not agree on much terrestrially, when we go into space and we do stunning things for humanity, that we can in fact work together.
God, I miss that
We're really
guy so
looking
much.
forward to the future.
Bridenstine visited Rogozin in 2018 and later tried to extend this partnership in space to the moon with NASA's Artemis program. But so far, Russia has refused to participate.
For this to happen, we request dignified conditions from NASA. We don't want to be assistants or servants.
Instead, Russia announced plans in June to build a base on the moon with China.
Is Roscosmos prepared to potentially throw away this nearly 3-decade partnership with the U.S. if you all do go ahead and team up with the Chinese?
We are pleased that you are looking at us as some sort of bride who is trying to cheat on one groom and pick another, but this is not the situation, as it appears.
Rogozin says Russia wants to partner in space with both the U.S. and China, but Senator Jerry Moran says actions speak louder than words.
Russia sent a clear signal in creating an alliance with China for lunar exploration, rather than continuing its historical partnership by joining the United States.
A signal, but by no means a deal breaker, for current NASA Administrator Bill Nelson.
We expect our Russian partners to continue with us.
One, ignition.
Oh, that was. Oh man. I have no words, man. I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee. Kim, it's what I said when he made those threats. Russia never threatened to pull out of the ISS program. They threatened to pull state funding for it, and everybody saw that as, oh, you're gonna pull out of the program. No, even if the Russian orbital station, right, becomes a thing, what Russia will do is contract out the operation of their modules, like, you know, commercializing the ISS. That's what he said. And I'm pretty damn sure, dude. You tell me, like, I'm pretty dang sure that's what he said. And everybody took that as them pulling out of the station project. The Russians are concerned with how old the modules are. Some of those modules have been up there for 2 decades. Actually, all of the Russian modules, save Nauka, have been up there for 2 decades. And even Nauka is 2 decades old. Most of the station hardware that they have up there was manufactured when the Soviet Union was still a thing. So they're worried about the station being old, but once again, it's just, oh, they're worried about the station being old. You're going to pull out of the project. You want to work with China. China bad. Still had more. Spicy Novus. Yeah. 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 To be fair, yeah, I mean, dude, that part isn't bad. That part isn't wrong though. I like this analogy though. Yeah. Are you gonna work with them or are you gonna work with us? It's like, what? What?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Oh my god. He's notorious. Notorious. Just like, oh my god. Why do they have to talk like that? You can only have one best friend. It's just like, all right. I agree, Savvy. Yeah, that's why I don't cover their launches, dude. I don't do that. Not that I have a choice in that matter anymore. They censored all of that. Remember that part? One bride, dude. Cam. Oh my goodness. 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 Yeah. I mean, okay. Completely objective point of view. A lot of the stuff that they said was right. It's just that a lot of the stuff they said was right, but they're playing it up. They're sensationalizing what's going on. In reality, cooler heads prevail with the space program every single time. You know why? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of money at stake, and more importantly, there's a lot of lives at stake. Also, I want a steak. Just, that's completely unrelated. But, so, I mean, every time, cooler heads prevail with this stuff, guys. The rhetoric is just... Pleh. Rhetoric is just pleh. I'd also like to point out that Dimitri is an absolute unit. Did you see Jim standing next to him? Jim ain't a small dude. Here, hold on.
We do stunning things for humanity that we can, in fact, work together. We're really looking...
Dimitri's an absolute unit. Like, Jim, don't ever talk to me or my son ever again. Don't ever talk to me or my son. Leave. Leave now. He's the definition of Russian bear. I'm sorry, this picture's the best, man. Oh my goodness. The bride analogy was funny though. I expect memes to start popping up on Twitter. The next picture with Jim and Rogozin.
Looking forward to the future.
Bridenstine visited Rogozin in 2018 and later tried to extend this partnership in space to the moon with NASA's Artemis program. But so far, Russia has refused to participate.
Is it? No, that's the... I'm sorry, that picture's funny as hell. Dimitri's like, yes, my son speaks the truth. Further? Alright, let me see. Son, you do not talk to them. Don't talk to them ever again. Who took these freaking pictures, man? Niet. Boy, you do not... No. Don't talk to them. They're bad people. I do not rent to these kind of people. Smells like Cypress Hill concert in here. You do not steal my wife. Oh my god. Those pictures are funny as hell. Oh boy. I don't know. I hope they work with us more, but if they don't want to, hey man. Yeah, like I said, we don't own their damn space program, you know? They'll do what they need to do. Elon and Jim. Shit, man, look at that guy. He's a friggin' absolute unit. I think Elon's taller than Dimitri, to be honest with you. Elon, a friggin' linebacker, dude. Jim's got that fighter pilot thing going on. Boy, no. Boy, I said no. Do not make me say it again. Yeah, right. Alright, let's see what else we have going on. Rogozin is large. He's large, Rogozin. Bolshoi Rogozin. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright. Nope. Yep. All right, let's go down
Это
here.
грандиозного проекта, к которому сейчас идет не менее грандиозная подготовка. Большое кино и космос. Вызов первые в космосе, и это уже не фантастика. А реалити-сериал.
It's
Состав
fantastic.
экипажа основного и дублирующего утвержден. Медкомиссия допустила
Whoa!
полет на мкс. Старт 5 октября.
That camera
И уже в
pan,
это
though.
воскресенье зрители
Or the
Первого
camera
канала смогут
switch.
увидеть, как проходит подготовка к съемкам фильма «В космосе». О том, как деятели искусства осваивают новые для себя профессии, причем в самые сжатые сроки, о барокамерах, фуэте и любви к пилотируемой космонавтике. В репортаже Константина Паншкина.
Ой, если не в моготу, говори стоп. Всякое бывает.
Вдыхаем, выдыхаем. Глубокий вдох и выдох.
Wait, what is...
Состояние невесомости.
Первая ступень, 50 ватт. Крутим.
Колят пальцы и теперь ноги. Не волнуемся.
They're doing... Oh! Oh, God. Yeah, this is for the movie that they're gonna film.
Кандидатов на полет.
It looks like they're putting the actors and actresses through some cosmonaut training here.
И быть одной из первых в таком проекте, это очень круто.
20 лучших из 3000 девушек, отправивших на Первый канал свои кинопробы, теперь проходят те же испытания, что любой космонавт. Все ради того, чтобы стать той самой, что 5 октября отправится с Байконура на МКС и сыграет главную роль в первом в мире художественном кино.
Yeah, they're gonna launch on MS-20 from Baikonur to film a movie up on the ISS.
Это первая актриса, которая снимется в кино в космосе. Это же действительно великое событие.
Это уникальная возможность, уникальный эксперимент будет для киноиндустрии в целом.
Интересно, страшно, это завораживает. Эта идея мне очень эмоциональна, честно скажу, разжигает.
Профессиональный космонавт готовится к полету годы. У претенденток на роль всего несколько месяцев, то есть на счету каждый день.
Космонавты у нас живут по расписанию, готовы, да?
Это привычно.
Все начинается с медкомиссии.
Cool. Watch party.
Врачи Центра подготовки космонавтов проверяют уши, горло и нос.
Закройте нос и, как в самолете, попробуйте воздух в уши.
Каждую девушку принимает невролог.
Наморщить нос, высунуть язык.
Oh yeah, that's right. MS-19 is the movie crew. 20 is Yusaku. That's right.
Сейчас мы делаем череп.
Им придется пройти длительные кардиотесты.
Там огромная коробочка, она спрятана внизу.
И тебе вот с этим спать сегодня.
Да.
И кроме того, каждый обязательно к
Да.
окулисту.
Куда разорвано колечко?
Вот сюда вот.
Все врачи, медсестры за нас переживают даже больше, чем за космонавтов, потому что им привели каких-то актрис, они все говорят, какие вы худенькие, какие вы хорошенькие.
Но, к слову, не все избранных профессиональные актрисы.
Что могу сказать о себе? Я
Out the plane you
У
go.
меня очень хорошая физическая подготовка. Я долгое время работала каскадером.
Крутить фуэте на одной ноге по 36 штук 7 лет.
What kind of movie you filming over there?
Здесь.
Так называемая проба НКУК вращение в специальном кресле в течение 10 минут. Уже это для некоторых стало преградой.
9:30 было так.
Cam, explain. I'm lost. Space ballerina. White Swan on the ISS.
Продолжаем.
Well, see the modules in the background? That's at Star City. So that's the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center, GCTC. That's where they are.
Если захочешь вырвать, пожалуйста.
Ты как? Рассказывай.
Это катастрофа. Меня до сих пор трясет.
Впереди девушек ждало еще множество испытаний, например, барокамера.
Поехали.
Oh God.
Спуск со скоростью 50
Pressure
метров в
testing.
секунду.
Have fun with that.
Ну и, разумеется, что за отбор в космонавты без центрифуги?
Oh no, not the centrifuge. Not the centrifuge. Oh God, I'd puke.
И поэтому вас там приплющит к окна.
Какие только мысли не приходят в голову в этот момент.
Бедный Гагарин.
Гагарин больше испытывал перегрузки.
Справедливости ради девушек
Oh
тоже
God,
не
I'd
пощадили.
throw up. Oh my goodness.
Нет. Ну вот на 8G будет в 2 раза посильнее прижимать. Как самочувствуете?
Хороший, только щеки мои.
I'd blow chunks. I'm not gonna lie to you.
На МКС, как и реалити-сериал, для Роскосмоса научно-просветительский проект. Опытным путем корпорация отрабатывает новую для себя практику ускоренной подготовки к полету непрофессионального космонавта. Ну и кроме того, впервые в отечественной истории телевидение и кино подробно покажут прежде скрытые от миллионов зрителей труд тысяч профессионалов российской космической отрасли.
Мы первые, и наша задача просто сохранить...
Hey! There he is.
Вот зачем на орбиту отправятся актриса и режиссер.
Все?
Нет, мы пойдем делать аудиометрию.
Все те же испытания, что выпали претенденткам на роль, пришлось преодолеть и режиссеру Климу Шупенко.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the temperature is wrong. Wrong for me. So this is all the training for the movie that they're gonna do. That's kind of cool. There we go.
Кстати,
That's
Шипенко
what I like
первым
to
из всей
see.
съемочной группы побывал на космодроме Байконур.
Я смотрю на это с замиранием сердца, думая о том, что есть шанс, что я окажусь в такой же ракете через полгода.
Весной режиссер провожал в третью командировку на мкс героя России
It's gonna be an
космонавта
expensive
Олега Новицкого,
movie.
у которого в первом космическом фильме роль.
Все-таки не профессиональные актеры, и придется действительно очень
Yeah, that
много
guy was the director.
перенять от наших коллег.
Oleg Novitsky. That's Oleg. He's up there right now. Him and Peter are up there.
Которые будут с нами на борту, чтобы сделать именно тот проект, который они хотят воплотить в жизнь.
Все это фрагменты лишь одной серии реалити-сериала, который Первый канал будет показывать, начиная с ближайшего воскресенья.
Oh, look, that was the interior of the Nauka training module. It was a training module for Nauka.
Старт реалити-сериала «Вызов. Первый в космосе» уже совсем скоро, сразу после программы «Воскресное время» в это воскресенье.
What was that? Space 2200, the 5th of September. Huh. Sorry, class, I'm late. Yeah, that project's shelved, Novacon. Yeah. So that says no Moskov Skomny? And that's Moscow time. Yeah. For Moskovskomu oh jeez. No Moscow time. In Moscow time. Yeah, okay. Is that the trailer? The trailer for the movie is going to be on the 5th? It's difficult reading this. Vremeni. Okay. Every time I click on EJ's stream, he's watching Russian television. So, first episode. Cool.
Показать, как все интересно и необычно на каждом этапе подготовки и снять первое в мире кино космическое.
Oh, the freaking centrifuge, man. Oh, dude, I'd puke. I'd do it. Don't get me wrong. I'd do it. I'd blow chunks, and I'd probably enjoy every part of it up until the throwing up part. And then that part I probably wouldn't like. But after that, though, sure. Yeah. That'd be fun.
В мире кино в космическом пространстве.
Yeah, that looks like fun. I bet they make you puke. I know. Kev, it's fine. Kev, alright. If I ever get the opportunity to fly like second seat in a fighter jet, you know what I'm going to say? Here's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to do this on purpose. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say, yeah, I don't really throw up too much when I fly in airplanes. Because then they're going to be like, oh yeah? You sure? And then I'll get the best ride possible. Yep. See? A little bit of flip it. Or I'll just say, please make me puke, please. I want to fly. I'd be like, yep, a little bit of reverse psychology. They'll either fall for it or they won't. You also get your last meal in the nose. It's not just round and round. Oh, I know, Staples. I've been on a centrifuge like that. There's a ride in Disney World, at Epcot in Disney World, called Mission Space. It's a centrifuge.
Discovery, go at
And if you go... Jeez, Duke, that was 75 subs!
Discovery, go at throttle up.
What the heck, bro? What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. You want the crop duster ride from Space Cowboys? Yeah. Jeez, man. Mission Space, yeah, the orange flight. Yes, yeah. You pull like 5Gs. It's a 5G centrifuge. So it's about as close as you're going to get to actually to rocket launching. That one, yeah, what it does is you start spinning like this, and then they turn it upright so you're spinning just like that one. You pull 5Gs in it, dude. I was getting close to barfing when Remo and I were close to puking. It was tough, but I just maintain nice steady breathing, and I'm just like, oh, this hurts. Okay, you know. Yeah, you pull 5Gs in it. Yeah, Grab Shark, the thing about the centrifuge is that it's 5Gs sustained for like 2 to 3 minutes. You're like, oh God, okay, all right, push the button. How long is the ride? I think the ride's like 10 minutes or something. It simulates a rocket launch. That's what Mission Space does. Dude, it's hardcore. That is what a rocket launch feels like. No, I haven't flown into space, but I know that's what it feels like. I know enough about rockets to know that that's it. 4G sustained is about how much you encounter on the way up. I've talked to astronauts about this before. But yeah, okay, all right. So pause that for a second. Duke, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. This September thing is going on, and you guys are really taking good care of me. Jeez. Yeah, Mission Space is hardcore. You want to know? You want to know what it's like launching into space? That'll give you a good idea. It's just, okay, all right, push the button. Can't move my hand up. Okay. It's 5 minutes and 38 seconds. Awesome the whole time. So yeah, 5 minutes, that's a little bit less than a rocket launch in real life, but it's almost a rocket launch in real life. Yeah, Grab Shark, it's kind of like that. I literally wish I had the money to support you this way. Alex, you being here and contributing to the discussion is more than enough, dude. Don't worry about it. Duke, thank you so much, though, bud. I do appreciate it. Might want to scroll up and see Duke's last. I do, actually, yes. I'm looking for it. I found it. Celebrating my last day of active duty. Thanks for being here most of the ride. Well, hey, Duke, thank you. And that thank you has multiple... Okay. Character with a 14-monther. That thank you in more than one way. Thank you for the subs, but also thank you. I appreciate it. You know, you doing what you need to do, or what you were told to do, I guess, keeps me doing what I'm doing here. And I don't forget about that, dude. Not a day goes by that I don't think about that. So thanks, man, and thank you everybody that's serving or has. I really appreciate it. Also, hat hair. Yeah, I know. Looks great, right? Thank you. Really. I mean that. It means a lot to me. Hey, Vasia. There you go. Gifted 4 subs. Spasibo.
Discovery.
That's not an O at the end. It's an A, idiot. Hat hair is better than no hair. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let me join. Okay.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Well, Duke, I'm glad you got out. Glad you got out with your hide intact, man. I appreciate it. That means it means I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that after you've gifted 75 subs, but I do that on days where people give me no subs, you know, like it means a lot to me. What you should really do is challenge them. I bet you flatboys couldn't even get me to pass out. Yeah, exactly, Eagle. That's what I would do. I don't really throw up too. I bet you couldn't get me to throw up. Yeah. Wonderful Friday. You too, Alucard. But yeah, welcome to civilian life. Avoid retail. It's almost as stupid as being back in. Too real, Zonku. Too real, man. Jeez. Duke, do you have another line of work lined up, dude? I forget, dude. I don't think you ever told me what branch you were in. You probably did. I should remember that. I generally keep track of that. I do. And I care about people that serve. Frick me, right? Like, you know. Feels good to help a fellow bald person. Right. Any drifting rockets planned this week? We've had 2 drifters now. I don't know, man. Maybe. How about you pull that hat back the rest of the way? It's just a cowlick. It's just a cowlick, man. It's just a cowlick, that's all. Electronics is the plan. Been doing it for this long. Might as well stick to it. Cool. Cool. That's good, man. Did you deliver the payload yesterday? No, not yet. That's what we're basically going to do now. Any more space news? Yeah,
Discovery,
sure.
go and throttle up.
Hey, 39-month resub. For the love of God, let's drop the drifting rocket trend for the next area and launch.
Discovery, go
Alex, all I'm
and
saying is y'all better drop that. Anyway. Hey, Kurlock! Welcome to Mission Control. You're going throttle up. Thanks for the sub train, guys. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And Duke, thank you, man. And that, like I said, that goes for everybody. And I try not to say that after I've been gifted a bunch of subs. I always say every Veterans Day that I don't need a damn holiday to say thank you. You know what I mean? And for people that are overseas, dude, this might not make sense, but that's how we do things over here. You look out for the people that look out for you. Kyron with the bits, thank you. I thought that dropping the rocket was a bad thing. Right. Right. Give me 1 second, guys. I got a message. That's awesome. No way. Oh, that's so cool. That's cool. Anyway, thank you for the bits, everybody. But yeah, once again, if you're from overseas, it doesn't make a lot of sense. We look out for people that look out for us. That's kind of an unspoken thing in the States. I don't know if that happens in other countries. I know that it happens in some, but we really, you look out for these guys. At least I try to. I don't know if the average person really gives a crap, but I try to. Trying to stay away from the small stuff. And shake too much. Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, hey, Duke, if you want to ask around, dude, and if I freaking know enough people. If I'm gonna ask around for something in electronics, I'll go looking. I'll go see what I can find if you need help, dude. But I give a crap because I've seen a crap or two. Oh, jeez. Bubba Tub, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm still overseas. Actually extended 2 more years. Well, hey, Roy, Dallas Roy, look, just keep your hide. Come home with your hide intact, please, if you could. Just walk. Yeah, I know you don't need some idiot on the freaking internet saying that, but I hope y'all the best. I hope you come home one piece, dude. Hey, Fresh, thanks for streaming. You've helped me through the most depressing month of my life. You're awesome. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But yeah, once again, that's something I take pretty damn seriously. Even if other people don't. Anyway, let's get back to the space news. Pretty sure I have one lined up. Just need some of the process to take its course, but I'll let you know. Okay. Cool. Thanks, man. All right. Let's keep going. So, this last bit of news here coming from the Russian news is the contract for modernization of the Zenit launch site for Soyuz 5 as part of the Bidirect project will be signed in the next few days, said Dmitry Rogozin. 3 test flights of Soyuz 5 are scheduled for 2023, 2024, and 2025. Bidirect is the old Zenit launch site at Baikonur, and the Roscosmos signed a deal with Kazakhstan to work on that project as a joint venture to get Soyuz 5 rockets up and running. Soyuz 5 rockets are weird in that they don't have the bottom 4 boosters on the side. All you have is a single core stage with an RD-170MV and like one engine, just a single engine, kind of like Zenit, but a Soyuz version of it. The Zenit booster stopped flying out of Baikonur in 2014 for, we'll just say that rocket was retired and Soyuz 5 is kind of replacing it in the lineup. Just it's probably the right way to say that. Anyway, let's see. Last bit is the Starship stuff, and then we jump into KSP. I said 6 o'clock is right when we should get going, so let's just take a quick peek here. I'm going to watch this video at 1.5 speed here. And let's go. No cross. Yeah, on Soyuz 5, no. I remember the care packages you sometimes get from home. Those messages from... Kurlock, I remember the care packages we sometimes would get from home. Sorry, I scrolled off the page. The message from people at home were in need of more message. Thank you from Yvette, and thank you all still serving. My pleasure, man. Kurlock, I don't have an American flag hanging in my living room for no reason. Look, I don't have it hanging in my living room for no reason. I do. It's right next to my TV. I'll take a picture and I'll show you guys. Hey, Ishikut with 5 subs. Thanks, man. Yeah, hey, I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can to help.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I remember it on a long-time lurker. Well, like I said,
Discovery, go at
you
throttle
guys
up.
do what you need to do, so I can do what I need to do here. That's my way of giving back. That's my down payment for being slow tonight. Hey,
Discovery.
No problem. Thank you for the 5 subs. Thank you guys. Seriously, if there's any people that served, anything I can do to help, I'm serious. Send me a message. I don't care if it's at 3 in the morning. Most likely, I'm going to be awake, but I'll do what I can to help, especially as of late. But let's not talk about that. Let's check out Starship. All right, so this video is coming from NASA Spaceflight here. Nick and Sweeney. All right, let's see what we got. I'm watching it. It's sped up there, so it looks like they're almost done replacing the tiles on 20 here. 20 had a lot of cracked tiles from stacking operations, I think. Hey, Roy, I was able to see the F-35 close up and climb inside. Being in the Air Force has its benefits. Dallas, I don't care what anybody says. That plane is awesome. It's really, really freaking cool. I really like it. And I know that goes against the grain of what the internet says. I don't care. Yes, it's expensive, I get it, but it's also really freaking cool. I've seen one of those things fly around. It looked like a hummingbird, like, and then it just, yeah, it was an F-35B. It's one of the coolest freaking things I've ever seen. But anyway, hell yeah, man.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Tape! Ah. Never gonna finish Space News. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. There was 5 in there. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I'm gonna watch this one and we're at 1.5. Let's go. Saw an F-35 flying side by side with a P-51. Yeah, baby. Alright, so we got a picture of the orbital launch mount here. Guy's doing some welding work. Man, remember when this was just a shell? Look at all the pipes on this thing. Dude, it looks like they're playing Stationeers up in there. Guys up there replacing tiles. Man, I hope this thing works. Going to the main air show tomorrow. Blue Angels will be there. First time seeing them, so pumped. Oh, Fozzie, you're in for a friggin' treat, dude. You are in for a treat. I mean, Smirks, if we're going to talk anything besides the 35, I mean, I like 15s. 15s, you can't stun on the F-15. Either that or a Sukhoi, an Su-35. It's one of the, like... Those two. Very nice. I really like Su-35s. That's really, really... chef's kiss, man. You prefer the Sukhois? Understandable. It's a nice plane, I must say. I thought the F-4 was your favorite. Oh, the F-4 is my favorite all time. Yeah, Jim. F-4s, because screw you, I can go faster than you. Yeah, I like F-4s. I always like the Hornet. Yeah, F-18s can do anything. Really good plane. I mean, they're all good, to be honest with you. And I know before someone types it out, someone's typing out, well, I like the A-10. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. Wonder what that is. Huh. Yeah, Jack, I like F-4s. It's not the most maneuverable plane. It has no machine gun, but god dang does it go fast.
Discovery, go and drop up.
Darn clairvoyant. Well, I like the A-10 too. A-5. Nice. Nice. We passed the topic already. Oh. Oh, nice. A fact sheet. Yeah, no, Tech, I'll be checking that out. Yeah, ooh, nice pictures in there. Modern planes still have machine gun. Every U.S. fighter plane has a 20mm Vulcan cannon on it. So a minigun, a little mini version of it, though. 20mm. Yes, it's in metric. Yeah. Yeah, the U.S. won't make a fighter plane without a machine gun. And we learned that the hard way when a MiG-17 that was operated by some farmers in North Vietnam shot down one of the most advanced fighter planes around with a machine gun. Yeah. Oops. Can you do the minigun sound again? I wonder if they'll pick up Starship by the tip again, or will they somehow attach the crane to the news? Yeah, Vasi, I think they're gonna pick it up from the sides. I honestly, I could be wrong. Chad brought up the thing the other day that maybe they installed these tiles too quickly, and that might be a thing. Maybe they put the tiles together too fast. But I'll tell you what, I know about tile deformation because I've read a lot about the shuttle, all right? No, yeah, I know. Oh, geez, read about something. Yeah, big surprise. I know, I get it. They could have just put these on too quickly, but look at how they deformed. Look at how it deformed. It's relatively uniform in the deformations here. Like, you can blatantly see that it hasn't deformed right there, and it hasn't deformed around the wing mount, which we already knew was strong. Right? There's it's not a pattern, but you can clearly see that it's defined what broke and what didn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, Smirks, I'm with you on that one. It only deformed on the unpressurized areas. So, I mean, there are still some deformations right there at the bottom, right? And some tiles popped off down here from the looks of it. But, yeah. Oh, seeing square tiles again just makes me really happy. So, I mean, it could have been that they rushed it a little bit, but it also, I'm pretty sure it's from deforming. So, Vasia, I do not think they're going to pick that thing up from the nose again unless they absolutely have to. Whatever they're going to pick it up with, I think they might pick it up from underneath the wings. Either that or they'll get the catcher arms ready to go and they'll lift it up that way. I do not think they're going to try again. I think they're going to take those hoist points off and tile them over. Square? Hexagons, bestagons. Forlorn, stop being a square, okay? I don't think it has lift points under the wings. New structure, possibly for the chopsticks or the quick disconnect arm extension. Thomas, what say you about this thing? I'm going to go ahead and guess quick disconnect. Do you know what this looks like? This looks like Ariane 5's umbilical disconnect system. So the arms are like this, and if you're looking at the umbilical from the front, right? This is what it looks like, right? If we're looking at it from the top, the quick disconnect does this. they'll go in like this. They'll kind of look, I'm Zippy Longstocking. Wouldn't the lift points be crazy hot during re-entry? Yeah. Yeah. My initial thing is that's the quick disconnect with the stabilizer arms. Possibly. Yeah. Could that unusually reinforced barrel segment be linked to the new support points on the lower part of the flaps? Yeah, it's possible. It's way too early to tell. There's definitely a huge reinforcement ring right here. Maybe. Alright, let's go to the next slide. Okay, nothing really to see there. That's where we were. There's an engine section right there. That looks like a super heavy engine section from all the gimbal mounts up top. Man, look at that crane. Isn't that nice? It's a nice crane. What? The engine segment? No. It's normal. It's been on every ship since Mark 1. There you go. Diesel. Man, they're really pushing to get that pad done, huh? There's a header tank right there. That's the reserve, basically the reserve fuel tanks that Starship uses for landing. That's one of them right there, the big dome. Okay, they're sleeving a barrel segment. Thomas, you showed me this yesterday. What's the theory of upper atmospheric heating? Jim, the ideal gas law, basically. Basically, when you compress air, it heats up. When you decompress, it cools down. When ships come back and they start hitting the atmosphere, everyone says, "Oh, it's because of friction." It's not friction. No. What's happening is the air is compressing against the vehicle, and when it compresses, what does it do? It gets hot. It compresses so much that it actually ionizes. What I like to tell people is that the air molecules they hit, that Starship comes down or the shuttle or whatever, it hits the vehicle when it's coming in, right, on the windward side, right? So the side with the tiles, the air gets compressed so fast, and when it compressed, it gets so hot, it just divides by zero. It literally ionizes. You remove it, it literally rips air molecules apart. And the resulting heat that happens from ripping an air molecule apart, it makes plasma. It ionizes. It makes plasma, and that plasma kind of stays there. It just kind of sits there in front of the vehicle. Think of it like it's not exactly the same, but think of it like ice forming, or like if you have a cup that has something cold in it, it has condensation on it. The plasma does kind of something like that. It's not exact. It's never exact, right? Like, because plasma is not water. It's not plasma doesn't condense. I mean, well, I don't know that for sure. It might. Yeah, it just kind of sits there. It's really annoying, and it's like hitting the tiles with a blowtorch for like a good 20 minutes. Yeah, really annoying. Yeah, that's why I like, when something re-enters, it literally rips a hole through the air. It rips the air molecules apart. It's ionizing them. Like at an atomic level, you're ripping the air molecules apart. They compress so much that they actually split. It's really cool. So it acts like a shield against friction. There's no friction involved with re-entry. It's all compression. Yeah. Yeah, Hokey, right? It kind of works like that, but it kind of doesn't, because we're talking about different states of matter here, you know? Actually, Thomas, this does look like a VSS. That's a vehicle stabilizer, looking at it from this angle. So a VSS is basically something that they can attach to the rocket to steady it. You guys ever seen me show you that video of a bunch of Saturn V Apollo engineers? They're kicking the rocket, and the rocket's doing this. It's testing the VSS. It's basically keeps the rocket from doing this when it's on the pad, from shaking around. Another example, lightning is ionized there too. Yeah, pretty much. It's almost the same thing, Eagle, which is cool. Hall effect. Hall effect do be good, though. The unusual thing NSF marked is just the thing marked with the arrow. Ah, okay. Yep, I see it. What is the video about kicking a Saturn V? I cannot type to save my life. Saturn V VSS test.
It's easy with headphones on.
Alright, here. Watch. So they're testing the vehicle stabilization system on the Saturn V. When you have a fully stacked rocket that's 100 meters tall, 330 feet, it's a skyscraper. It'll do this. You do not want it to do that. So they have a strut that folds out off the tower. It's actually triangular on this. SLS has one too. It folds down, and the two ends are have shock absorbers, and then the shock absorbers are attached to the rocket. So if the rocket sways in the wind, the shock absorbers dampen it out so it doesn't tip over. It's called a vehicle stabilization system, or VSS. It's right there. You can. The picture is kind of crappy, but so these guys are up on top of the VAB. Yes, kicking the Saturn V. See? They're testing out the VSS. Heave ho, heave ho, heave ho. Yep. There it is. You see the vehicle stabilizer? See the shock absorbers right there? It's just, they're testing lateral motion right there. It's two-axis stabilized, so it's forward and back and left and right. That's why the VSS, if you look at it, it's triangular shaped. Yeah, I'll show you the picture for SLSs. See? That's literally guys kicking a Saturn V. Yeah. Those guys are playing tug of war with the Saturn V. You see? There's the VSS working. It's damping out the movement. You see that? Not dampening. They're not putting water on it. That's different. Let's just kick the spacecraft. Whatever. That's fine. No, Jim, it wouldn't. Would repeated re-entries affect temperature, the upper air temperature? No. That's like pouring a cup of hot coffee into the ocean and hoping it's going to make a difference. No, not at all. The atmosphere is huge. What's in the atmosphere? That's a different story. No, in terms of temperature, no. Drop in the bucket, dude. Nothing. The end. Here, SLS has the same thing. And they probably already hooked it up. So the vehicle stabilizer is right there. See? It's probably already hooked up. Right there. That thing, when the rocket goes to launch, will drop down. It'll pivot downwards. This way. Yep. Actually, that's probably already, the VSS is probably, they probably put it on there for stacking. But SpaceX needs a quicker version of this that they can use to steady Super Heavy when they go to stack a Starship, because if the Super Heavy is doing this and they go to put a Starship on it, it's never going to line up. You need a stabilizer. So that's what that is right there. SLS is starting to look strikingly similar to Saturn V. Revroll, I often say that the Artemis program is basically picking up where we left off after Apollo, but with a new rocket. There you go. Yeah, pink Hall effect. Yeah, you're probably building up some static charge somewhere. With a worse rocket, solid's bad. What's that thing? Hold on. Crews work on new stuff. That's some kind of service gantry. Frick all if I know what it's for. It's not finished yet. Excuse me, one stack.